And now Gen.G look to close them out here on the second map of this grand final. Harry, you know what to do.
Oh, I do, Trace. This isn't my first rodeo, but it might be my first road to Rio. FURIA and Gen.G, second map in this grand final series. Gen.G already sat 1-0 up after taking their map pick of Train, and now we move here to the high old realm of Vertigo. FURIA going to start this one up, grouping down here towards the bottom of B. They're going to assemble this little boost to get Vinny behind the plywood here. He jumps on over, he clears it. I don't actually know what type of wood it is, I just guessed. Let's see. Kusta has been spotted over at the back left of the site, but this position is a very, very tricky one to deal with, especially lacking the Molotovs here in this pistol round. Now, that's not so much a criticism as just a statement. Who on earth is buying Molotovs in a pistol round? Kusta does finally get dealt with over at the back left of the site, and Yuri was the man to deliver it. Now, while all this has been going down towards B, Lerato has gotten a little bit curious as to what the A site has in store for him, and he's gotten very, very deep. Automatic. Ooh, there they are, planting. And there he is. Oh my word, what is that? Buntet does get one of those kills, so it wasn't automatic with all three, but my goodness, that is not how that was meant to come together for FURIA. Automatic has just torn this whole round apart. Henny now in a 1v3, and Gen.G, they might be about to turn this pistol round on its head and pick it up.
I think FURIA are expecting more of a rotation off of A there, and I don't blame them for that. They run into A, but Gen.G still have Automatic and Buntet inside of the site, and FURIA, they aren't ready for the man up close who denies the plant. Jumping on top of the boxes, look at this play. And let's figure out which kills he got as well, right? Because one of them was not his. The bomb planter, certainly Automatic, fires off. Buntet kills the lower play, Automatic takes the top. And that's Gen.G finding a round. 3 in the round for Automatic. Great work. FURIA. Oh dear. This is the first time I've not seen FURIA force in a second round in a while. Art's going to go for the buy on his own. Everyone else on blocks. And Art has already been removed, so his fast short play denied. We're going to see a lot of that from Art in this game. He loves to play the timings. He loves to beat CTs to the site, but Som was aware of it and does deal with the man at hand. Buntet with a pistol. Oh, it's getting close. They are low, and he'll drop a couple before he falls as well. It's another round for Gen.G, just going about their business. 2-0. FURIA can come in with a buy. Remember, Art forced in the last round. He's going to be lacking the money in this one. Mac 10 as a result, but it's not really a worry for Art as long as he was expecting that, and I'm sure he was not going to be throwing any utility. He's usually the dude to run in first anyway, so I'd see more of that from Art as he sets himself towards A in this round. Serato throwing the spawn smokes. This lands on short. This will deny Som going from the same peak that he got Art with in the previous round, so FURIA going to at least want that one down.
Oh, Art's looking through the grates here, trying to spot Automatic hidden over in this corner. Oh, he has seen him. He has. It was only a matter of time, and it's actually Art to deal with both players here at the top of ramp. Now, there is a secret yet to be unlocked. Third man here behind the sandbags, and that is Buntet. Still lying in wait, and he's going to go unchecked. There are Molotovs for FURIA, so they can throw this in to try and clear Buntet out, but he actually swings on his own accord, and he sends them packing from the ramp room. This was looking good for FURIA. Moments ago, this was a 5-on-3, but Kusta and Buntet have turned it back on its head again for the Gen.G side. And my word, Vinny and Art left in a 2-on-3. This one, well, that helps. But there's the flank from Dabs. I say that, that's actually not that bad for Vinny. He now gets the information that there's a temporary 1v1 in the bomb site. Wasn't able to win it out, so I'm kind of glad I didn't get too ahead of myself and getting excited there. But Gen.G, they will get that third round on the board.
And it's hard to find too, right? That looked like a lock-in round for FURIA, but it's the little mistake of not clearing out ramp, not pushing up this position. They send everyone on short, and they don't molly sandbags. That's not a FURIA-esque mistake. They're very good at doing the necessities, doing the boring stuff.
And that's also twice now that position just tucked behind the sight box where you are exposed to ramp, but you're not exposed to short, has come in to give some big results for Gen.G, right? In the pistol, Automatic uses it to solidify the round. And then again, just then from Kusta. So yeah, we need to see some aggression over at the top of ramp, right? Because even if Kusta wasn't there, Buntek could have got so much done from his position at the sandbags. And these are normally things that you don't have to worry about with FURIA. They go back towards Catwalk in this round, over here towards short side as they creep on up. And this time, Gen.G, they haven't had any contact at ramp, so they don't have these early rotations. It is just Som inside of the site to try and hold the fort.
Oh, they naded out, but he's moved out of position, so he will survive. The Molotov will stall the bomb plant out here for a second, and that's good work from Gen.G. Another molly as well, just really buying time, and you're getting a full picture of this round. That molly misses, though. It lands inside of the smoke, and so they can plant this time around. The flash is good, but it actually blinds Gen.G as well as their opponents. Oh, dear, that's a kill from Art, but he gets grenaded on the box, and Henny picks up an AK, but he's low in the process. Orb scoped up on the player on the back of sandbags. Automatic hasn't pinned in, but he doesn't know it yet. Vinny going to go aggressive, not waiting around, but maybe he should have. Bentet finds him. Henny's running out of ammo on the site in case Arato, the last man standing with a deagle, and that's it. Gen.G will retake, and this is a far better looking Gen.G than that of, you know, the one we saw against Cloud9. Obviously, that was an eco for FURIA. They didn't have the weaponry, but Gen.G make the right call to be patient on the retake. That's the hardest thing. Sometimes you just need to tuck in and wait out the utility before you go in for the retake. It kind of leaves FURIA out on their islands, you know, someone's stuck in the site. They have nowhere to run. As long as that smoke is faded, they can't escape. They can't slip inside of it and hide for 10 seconds. So Gen.G makes sure there's nowhere that FURIA can, you know, cheese them from, basically. They find the retake and they keep a lot alive. So AKs and AWPs dragged forward, 4-0 lead. FURIA do have the money from the bomb plant, and they will be buying after this tactical pause.
Oh, well, take a look at the B stream. Liquid taking on Cloud9 in this third, fourth place decider match, and it's gone all three. Liquid sat narrowly in the lead in this game as it stands right now. And we'll be sure to keep you updated with this throughout the day as it comes on in. But our game is returning to being live here in round number 5. And it's just AKs out across the board here for FURIA. They're going to try and gain a bit of a foothold down here towards B ramp early on. Also players outside of A exchanging some words down through the smokes, but Art gets caught trying to go aggressive. The man advantage now taken for Gen.G. Yuri is quick with the pace to try and get that trade, but they've already eluded him. They've already fallen back. Gen.G are not going to give this one up easy. They're looking to hold on to this 5-on-4 for as long as they can.
Very close, right? But the issue is it's the sandbags. Yuri, he almost catches that player retreating who doesn't actually hear him because of all the noise. And the reason Yuri can't go further is because he's got to molly sandbags. Because think about the amount of times FURIA have been punished from that position. So they don't want it to happen again. They will at least clear that out, so no more worries towards that position. But now focusing on the A site once more, where Gen.G already have an advantage thanks to Som's aggressive start. Art found nothing off of this round. He walked through a smoke to his death. Som lining up utility for the bomb plant, but he's already been mollied out of the site. FURIA trying to cross here. They're taking their sweet time. What is this molly? Middle click for Som, landing right over on the site. Gen.G, it's clear how much work has gone in since that Cloud9 game, because we didn't see any of these grenades really coming through for Gen.G, at least not the same lineups in that matchup, and they would have been very helpful. Now they're saving Gen.G in the grand final. Vinny's found one, but it's a retake in a 4-on-4 with great damage through the wall. Yuri's low, but he's got to kill anyway. He's doubled it. How is he doing this on such low health? What? No one's stopping him. Daps will finally put the nail in the coffin, but he is on his own, and he might have to run away with this orb.
Yeah, odds are looking against him going for this at any junction. Yeah. Wonder about his function. Well, it's not going to be in this round. His AWP backs away, tucks away. That's the first one on the board for the Brazilian side. And you got to start somewhere. And like Mel Gibson always used to say, aim small, miss small. In that Patriot movie, but never mind.
Trace with another North American reference that, unfortunately, the two Brits don't get.
Well, I mean...
I think it's just a film reference, right?
It is a film reference.
Oh, I heard Patriot. I thought it was sports-related.
No, the Patriot, yes.
Oh, the Patriot. I heard,
yeah.
Sorry.
So there was these guys in these, like, red jackets, and they just kept, like, bullying a bunch of dudes in blue jackets, and then next thing you know, things really boiled over.
Whoa.
And then you guys and
no
us.
way.
Anyway, catch up on that a little bit later. And with the first round on the board for FURIA, they want to capitalize. They want to make it 2 in a row. Start to stabilize on the economy. That grenade that Vintet throws actually hits Art and then explodes next to Art.
Yeah.
But look at this by Vinny. A very aggressive angle here. Kusta somehow finds the frag. Just by the hair on his chinny chin chin. Misses the flashbang a little bit. I'm not going to say that was on purpose because I don't think it was. But meanwhile, the purposeful hit here is from FURIA. Kusta's got all the answers.
Yeah, and he's got automatic here as well. Plus Daps is the 3-man setup inside of the site. Nowhere for FURIA to go but the graveyard. And he's trying to push. He's found a gap. He's found a smoke, but that's going to begin to fade, so he climbs above. Ooh, Daps crosses. That's a kill. Henny with a chance here. He's spotted the orb. Kusta at the back of the site with his 3rd kill of the round. Great work from Kusta, but this grenade will take him out of it. Oh, it almost misses. Luckily enough, it's not a problem, and automatic will be the solution for this round. 2 kills off the orb. And 5-1 lead for Gen.G. No signs of stopping. I
kind of love the way that they're approaching this CT side with like a very heavy mid-lean early on with players that can rotate to B and A accordingly. And I think that's great because like a lot of the solution right early on Vertigo was to try and challenge this ramp area. And I do think it works. But in some of these rounds, right, you see that Gen.G will attempt it, but not every round. And then in the rounds where they're not, normally it's just Som or someone else back in this A bomb site holding it down solo, with the majority playing for that retake or for the rotation based on how well it goes in the site. Buntet in this round is going for like a FURIA-esque play, hanging around this smoke.
Dear.
However, Yuri is very, very used to being on the other side of that. He will deal with Buntet. It's a 3-on-3. Yeah, it's very awkward. Dueling at ramp always feels this way, and it normally takes an AWP to come in and chime in with a kill like this to maybe scare the opposition out of this angle, but FURIA, they keep trying to power their way through. Feels a bit like running into a brick wall, though, at this point in time. They're not budging at the top of ramp, and now that they've got such a healthy lead, they completely concede it. They say, you know what, Yuri? You can have ramp. You know, you've put 4 players on the line to get it. And in a way, you've earned it. But what are you going to do now with this space that they've given you? A 1v3 required, both Gen.G players falling back into the bomb site.
Yeah, and you see just how important the scaffolding is, just how long Som stood in that Molotov. It eventually gets him, but he gets the kill. So it's a 1-for-1 at the end of the day. There was no way he was getting out of that.
Ooh.
Now Yuri, 1v3 with a Galil. Faced up against Automatic's AWP, brings him down to half health. But still, so much to do and so little time to do it in. 30 seconds on the clock. Now there are 3 players that are fixated with the idea that this A-bomb site is compromised, and Kusta on the push through B has proved to be that final blow, the knockout blow here in the round of 7. We move on to round 8.
What's excellent here for Gen.G is how they're dealing with Art. When we talk about FURIA on the T side of Vertigo, we talk about Art and his pace that he sets and some of the positions that he takes aggressively on his own, running up short. Every round we have seen Som or someone for Gen.G aggress onto short, offering up a 1-for-1, offering up often, you know, a 4-on-4 straight away, but killing Art every single time. He's been dying at the start of all of these rounds, and that's because Gen.G are putting so much focus, so many grenades into taking him down, and I love to see that. Won't be able to stop him on B this time, though.
Yeah, he needed that one. He's got it. It's 44 HP for Art. He's going to continue to try to barrel through this B site. And so far, only a little bit of resistance left. The rotation has come over. Daps was the first on the scene, but has caused them to go back. Now, Som, this is a player that can get very aggressive on his own. He's usually found himself on an extremity somewhere, just hanging out and being volatile. And this round seems to be no different.
Oh dear, but they are pressuring him, and he was not ready for those repeats to come so swiftly from FURIA. He does at least like act as a bit of an early warning system, right? So now they know this A play is on the cards from the FURIA side, and that's allowed for 2 very early rotations over here. Buntet bested almost immediately, though, and now Automatic in the firing line. Everyone creeping up from short side. Daps has won his fight out over at B, and Automatic still in with a chance of making this round competitive. Has boarded into a 2-on-2, but spammed through this smoke by Henny. Now leaves Daps all alone.
Has a smoke, has a kit, has an M4. Now he's just got to find out where these FURIA players are hiding out. Quesarado over there towards sandbags. And it's Henny that's gone all the way around, controlling that scaffold side. Where will he use this smoke? He's going to have to use it eventually. I don't think Quesarado saw him. No, neither one of them know where he is. But that thing is about to come to an end. Sweet, slick shot there from Quesarado. Puts a second one on the board for FURIA.
Takes the M4 over the AK. Not seen that one before. I wonder who's... no, he's going to run it. Fair enough. Maybe he wants it for the spray. Maybe he prefers control. Who knows? Replay of Art just running up B in this round. And look at this from Automatic. He could have probably won the round off Gen.G if he didn't go back for more. He made the right decision when he took the kill and falls off into elevator. But it was re-aggression. It was the hunt for more that gets him killed. Henny spams a smoke and leaves Daps in that awkward 1v2. Really nice try from Automatic, though. And even though FURIA rotate back, Gen.G still make it costly. Obviously the problem is Som there. He gets a frag, but he switches to the grenade. You see that maybe the inexperience shining through there, right? Not expecting an entire full rotation from the T side, thinking he just got one kill and he had a chance to get out. FURIA, well, they have good spacing too. They won't let you do that, so they push off the back of that Molotov getting thrown out. Gen.G still by here. They've got an AWP as well, but Som's on a pistol in this one. Let's see if he's going to still be able to put a stop to Art.
I felt like we got to see like some live problem solving from Art and the gang, right? That round there, they go towards B. Art gets that kill, and then he immediately runs back, calls for that A rotate. I think now realizing that if they're going to win this game, it's going to be by toying with these very, very fast Gen.G rotations, right? Because thus far, Vinny's going to catch a man through the smoke. Yeah, thus far, Gen.G have shown that they do just rotate immediately on this first bit of contact. And so that round there, they play with the timings. This round, Art plays with his food over its short side before he deals a double, the killing blow to this A-bomb site. This leaves Automatic in a 1v4, a hell of a lot to do here. And this man has been good in these kind of scenarios, but even this is asking probably a little too much of Automatic's AWP. They boost up on top of the boxes. He's not ready for it. And FURIA, they will get this third round on the board, now breaking the economy of Gen.G as well.
I think FURIA coming alive here. They're warming into the game, right? It may have been a strong start for Gen.G on the CT side, but FURIA, they've got the solutions. Couple of early B plays going back towards our late A. And now they've broken Gen.G. Eco round, P250 and a smoke. So I'm going to throw that towards the ramp, but I imagine FURIA will be running right through it as they often do. Art with no fear, and this time he's actually armed for the job. Does deal with Som this time. Som even hits the dink. He hits 70 damage onto Art before that kill comes through, so good stuff, but not going to be anything for Gen.G in this one. They find an AK, but FURIA have already taken the bomb into the A-bomb site. Gen.G are looking to save, and, well, FURIA's entire round is about taking this gun away. You can see Keserato looking to do that right now. Both players inside of B. The first contact will be that pistol, though, so there's going to be a warning sign for Daps if he wants to run away, but given the position, he's pretty much trapped, boxed into B with enemies in CT spawn. He's looking to fight his way out.
Oh, Daps, is he able to hold on to this AK? He wasn't ready for Keserato to be coming in as well. And his defense, why would he? Why would there be two players coming for B? They really wanted to take that gun away. And they do exactly that. Now, the reinvestment's going to come through for Gen.G. They've still been able to build up a little pool of cash on the back of that eco, but it will be missing this AWP.
Yeah, this timeout, very crucial for FURIA. Albeit you talk about the cash, plenty of it there, but continuing to stack rounds against Gen.G would prove to be something that they want to have done, as is the game of Counter-Strike. That timeout's drawing to a close now. Meanwhile, maybe we just take this timeout to give you an update over here on the Liquid Cloud9. Third, fourth place decider. It's currently 8-7 on a pistol round. Sonic in a 1v2 against Elige and Twist. And, well, finds the first kill onto Elige, looks for the second one. It's going to be Twist that's giving him the fight. Interestingly enough, Twist hits him with a wall banger through the scaffold. Really clean shot there to end the round, but very competitive game on twitch.tv/ESL_CSGOB. That's the third and fourth place decider. This is the grand final. Big grenades, big Molotovs coming out there for the side of FURIA early on in this round, but Bintet has got the better end of the smoke.
Ooh, good escape as well, right? He does have to go through a Molotov to do that, but he avoids getting traded. Oh, has hit a timing, but there's a player on the site watching for it. Good spot for Automatic. He's got the cover in front of him, which allows him to play a very typically risque angle, but luckily with two teammates in front of him, no worry, and he's got more as well. A second kill onto K-Serato. A bit of a mess for FURIA. They're trying to throw players at the problem, but instead, these players are becoming the problem. Henny looking for answers. He's found Bentet in the site, but there's just so many more waves of opponents, and Kusta's killed the man on B. Henny may as well hang around here. He's got a second fight, but oh dear, the wallbang for Automatic, ready to find a three-piece in the round, and an AK upgrade as well. Automatic, the major winner, the champion, and he's showing up in the server today.
Speaking of Automatic, I love his positioning inside of that site. I love how they played that A site and approached it. They had Som spotting from the sandbags towards scaffolding. Automatic there on the bomb box itself, just playing a headshot angle. You can see it right here from his POV.
And even Bentet on the crane, right? You often see teams, especially at Gen.G, they've leaned towards double short setups with Automatic and Som. What that does is they don't need to play anyone short. They just play Automatic boosted, and they can have a completely different setup with just as much defense and an off angle at best that FURIA aren't going to be ready for.
They're going to wait out a Molotov here on B, Art and company. Trying to find some success that they found earlier against Kusta. That's going to be a big grenade. Does a good amount of damage to Vinny and Art. And Kusta finishes him off right there. Easy as that. And another grenade coming out. And that's one of the real pitfalls of that side of the map, at least. You do get stuck out there, and you can continuously get Molotov'd and grenaded on your way into the B site.
Oh dear.
Bentet with the jump spot. Things do get a little sweaty for him. He backs away. And rightfully so. There's 3 players of FURIA here on this side going up A ramp. Make it 4.
Yeah, but again, Art has been shut down early here for FURIA, and that's creating so many problems. Automatic getting spammed. That could be a trade that FURIA desperately need. Bentet wanting to push the perimeter. The mollies are coming in. He's going to decide to back out and play retake. This is a good call from Gen.G. Look at how they're turtling. Look at how they're completely giving up the site. They want nothing to do with this. They don't even want a gunfight. They allow FURIA to set up and hopefully get a bomb plant, and then we're going to be seeing them play retake. There's still a grenade that will land a bit of damage. Henny gets a plant, though, and here's the retake from Gen.G.
Yeah, these smokes have faded. FURIA now having to just win these fights heads up. Once this smoke is gone, there are no more available to the FURIA side. Gen.G with 2 of their own. Where are they going to look to use these? You know, one's probably going to come in at top ramp, and it's the other that's a bit of a question mark. You can either use that to completely lock off ramp or throw it short side, and now they pick up the pace that these smokes have bloomed. They cut down the angles that FURIA could be hiding in. Now, this time is still ticked away. Someone's got to get on that bomb, and they are spraying in. Yuri trying to do what he can, but it's not enough. Daps has the back of Som on that bomb. And Gen.G, 8 now on the board, continuing to pull ahead over on this CT side of Vertigo.
And I look at that and I say, K-Serato is the ace in the hole. He's hidden, he's gotten himself in this position, and certainly even the Molotov hasn't even flushed him out. He's getting there while the Molotov's still going on, but then they find him, and that right there pretty much spells the end of the round. Gen.G, well, they put up 8, while Liquid put up 11-7 over Cloud9.
Yeah, that's a great position from K-Serato, but you need an immediate kill off of it. And what happens to him is he sprays, but a player crosses behind the site, and then he just gets traded off of the second dude round the corner. You know, gives away his position and gets nothing for it there. Finally, an advantage for FURIA. They've been desperate for it. This T side has been lacking, and Vinny dead right after that kill. It's at least traded here towards B. That's not where the play's ending up. FURIA again, keeping us on our toes, keeping things fast-paced, grouped up towards short with 4. This position has been shut out from by Gen.G in this game. Som is now up in the spot that gave Automatic so many kills, and he's got an AK as well, even better for that headshot. Smoke down though, and he's going to get closer. FURIA have been stalled out by the utility of Gen.G. I like how Gen.G saved smokes in the previous rounds, go for that NIP-esque retake, execute. But right now, it's all about the fights. No more utility. Boost up, dropped off. Bentet gets a kill for it. They're going to flash right through. They caught both players blinded. Good spray. And K-Serato's got a double kill. That opens up the plant here for FURIA.
It does. Automatic is stuck. He can back out towards the boost spot. Maybe just trying to pop Daps through, even though Daps is just going to walk right on through, and that creates a big problem. Somehow he doesn't win the duel. What on earth, Daps? K-Serato gets out ahead there, and that is just unfortunate turn of events. Gen.G with 8. FURIA put a 5th up.
I love the call from Gen.G to like smoke stuff off and go for a mid-round boost, right? They realize they have no utility, they can't play retake, they need to take kills in that round. It's a different one to how they've been playing A, but FURIA go for a classic FURIA setup, right? Art flies for a smoke, they kill him, and then Gen.G think, they're not gonna do that again, are they? Surely not. And then FURIA pop flash 2 more through a smoke, and well, that works wonders. Gen.G fully flashed out, and FURIA, they get the kills to allow for the bomb plant. Gen.G without saved utility, no retake, no reality, and it's going to be 5 rounds on this T side. It's still a good half for Gen.G, though. They're making this more than competitive. Remember how many teams FURIA have beaten on this map. Gen.G not wanting to be one of them.
Not at this juncture either, considering this is the grand final. We are nearing the end of the first half here on our second map. Inferno will be the decider, should FURIA want to push us there. But currently it's Gen.G in this driver's seat. They've got their foot on the gas. Even though they had to pump the brakes in the last round, which is ultimately going to mean that they're on pistols here, saving for that last round of the half. And I'm kidding, they forced up for the last round of the half. What am I talking about?
Yeah, doubling down into the buy here for back-to-back rounds is a risk for Gen.G, but they really didn't have much else. If they ecoed this, it would have been a pretty weak final round buy. So trying to make the best of what you've got, but right now holding a default are FURIA for a change. Henny's watching middle, and he won't let Bentek get aggressive. Spot on a second player who does fall back. Art getting tagged by a Molotov and bullets. Actually, I think it was just the bullets. Flash in, but they actually beat Som to it, and Yuri gets ahead of the flashbang. Nice little grenade thrown over the window by Gen.G, but FURIA, they've got a 5-on-3. They've got the guns, they've got the kills, and they've got the ace sight.
Yeah, quick as that. Just Kusta. He's got a 5.7 and a kit. A little bit of armor and health, too. But I would not expect the world of the Kuster here. Gives it to Quesarado. Leaves him on 12. Still so far to go. If he takes some guns out of FURIA's hands, it's a small success, albeit the last round of the half is upon us.
Oh.
What?
Oh, dear. Art playing a... I guess he could see through like I can't even think of what that would be stacked up on top of each other, like
sheetrock.
sheets of
it's sheetrock.
Okay, yeah. He can
it's like
see
a plaster.
He can see through the different sheets, I guess, and has like a pixel of vision onto where Automatic was playing. I mean, it only did 2 damage the shot he fired, so certainly feels like it. But a nice little round from FURIA there. They hold that default, knowing the money isn't good for Gen.G, and they just work their way through the opposition slowly but surely. And they're going to go back to that again. You know, with Gen.G force buying in that round, money still isn't going to be good, but this time they've conceded an early kill to Automatic at ramp. And this now might have to spur FURIA on to commit to this A bomb site, right? They've lost all ground over towards B. That entire side of the map is now a question mark. And so there's 2 ways you could go about it. You could try and regain that control and flush these players out, or you just take this as a sign to hit the A bomb site, knowing that there were a lot of players over towards B. Problem is, the longer you spend waiting around, the more of a rotation is going to come through. Art wastes absolutely no time waiting around. It's just not in his vocabulary. He's up in the faces of the players at the A bomb site. Quesarado and co follow in his footsteps, and this leaves Bentek in a 1v3.
It does. As the last round of the half, there is going to be absolutely no save here today. Bentek trying to hold just a tight angle. Perhaps let someone walk in this firing line. Instead, he's going to give it to Quesarado. That's a big one to take out early on his retake. And I say that it all comes to a close. We go to a break. The half ends out 8-7. Gen.G, 8 rounds on the board. Will it be enough? We'll find out when we come back.
So take me to a place I know, somewhere I can feel my soul. Lately I'm skin and bone, so hollow. I've never felt so alone. I need you more than you know. 'Cause baby, you feel like home. Take me to a place I know, somewhere I can feel my soul. Lately I'm skin and bone, so hollow. I've never felt so alone. I need you more than you know. 'Cause baby, you feel like home.
Feel it's hopeless when you think that you lost. Oh, I will take your hand and we'll rise up from the dust. Oh, here we go, go, go. Let us heal and grow. You won't be alone. We're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life. We're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and clean my throat. We rise up from the dust and clean my throat. We all have our reasons why we are on this track. Oh, we all have our burdens.
At the end of the first half of play, it's FURIA that's left feeling meh. And by that, I mean they're down 8-7 to Gen.G, who did win the first map of the series in this grand final for the ESL 1 Road to Rio, North America. I want to welcome you all back. I also want to invite you to join us over there on the Twitter sphere and any of your social media platforms of choice by using hashtag ESL1. That's what it's going to take to potentially get your tweets up there on the screen. We've seen some setups yesterday. We've seen that you're watching multiple games at one time, but now we just want to know the inner workings of your mind, what you're thinking. And right now, of course, I want to know what Art's thinking. Look at this push.
Oh, they double up at the sandbags. There's a smoke on Vinny. And so Henny takes these fights. And if they deal with Henny, that's where Vinny comes into the picture. It's the ultimate bait and switch. But the bait never even needs to switch places with the second man because Henny's done enough. This round comes to a crashing end for Gen.G. FURIA, a great pistol round in the bag. They go flawless. They don't even lose a single man in the process. And Gen.G never even learned that that bait and switch was a thing. So not something that they were aware of, maybe something that FURIA can look to pull in further down the line.
Yeah, I like that idea there for FURIA, and Gen.G's certainly caught off guard, but it's going to be another one of them for FURIA as they look to take the lead right back. Gen.G on a full eco in the second round, not $1 of investment. And where do you rush with a full eco like this? Do you just spread out and hold for positions? That seems to be the game plan for Gen.G. But I mean, more so you're talking about your next rifle round. You're trying to get a feel as to how and where FURIA are playing this one. How much can Gen.G get away with in mid is what they're wondering. So they'll move a couple of players into position before backing off and going down the ladder.
Oh. It looked cool, guys. It looked cool. Art's going to be waiting for him. He's looking as well.
The old 1-2 punch to the left-right, good night.
A bit of an AUG action. Oh, there it is, the swing. Art good for one, but it's Yuri there to clean up the rest of the mess, and Bintet will be the last one to fall. Yuri, right place, right time for a 4K. And I should also remind you that today is a day for Mountain Dew Hemp Game Fuel Power Play. So perhaps that's another excuse for you to use the hashtag ESL1.
9-8. Fury in the lead. This is the moment of truth here. I'm very excited to see where this one's going, right? You know, what is Gen.G's answer in this T side? How aggressive are Fury going to be in this second half? Now, especially that they're back in the lead and probably feeling confident because of it. Kusa setting up the flashbangs. He's got the short smoke. Gen.G want that A site. They've thrown numbers at it. Aggression already at the bottom of B for FURIA, but let's see where the fights go. It's Som finding Yuri early. Art is pushed up as well, making it very clear as he fires off. They run through a smoke, and he's not ready. His gun not primed. Som with a double, and Gen.G with an advantage.
And I'm just going to say it now. Som is a frontline player. He shows us time and time again that he has that, you know, that sort of momentum with his movement and with the pressure and aggressive style of play that he has that puts him right where he needs to be at least 75% of the time.
Yeah, CT and T-sided, and he's just fearless, and that's what we love from these young players.
Som's looking like he would fit into this FURIA lineup, man, with how he's been playing, right? Like, it's
look at this.
very interesting to see. Now, the game plan here for Gen.G, they're going to send Daps all the way back around towards this B bomb site. I like this, because he's here, he's throwing in his utility, and if he gets into the site and learns that it's clear, they can rotate the bomb away with Daps already in this position. Now they know that FURIA have stacked 3 players over at the A-bomb site. That bomb's going to start to rotate back around. They're probably going to leave a man to keep this lurk, and that's what Kusta was trying to do. FURIA, they've got 3 players here. They hear the bomb rotating away, so this is where FURIA probably go, okay, we maybe beat them to the punchline here. We can maybe get to B. But with Daps so deep already, he's got that locked down. So Gen.G gonna find the bomb plant. FURIA left in a 3-on-4, and this just might have to be the save.
Absolutely is the save. They don't go for it now. They hedge their bets towards the A site, and it looks like Gen.G go up to 9.
And that's the thing, like, you think about, like, the other ways that could have gone down, right? Daps could have gone to B. He could have thrown that flash. Someone could have responded by firing some shots his way. And then at that point, like, he's done his job enough. He then learns that there's only maximum 2 players inside of the A bomb site. He might even force a rotation away at that point in time. And yeah, I mean, I just like that as a decision from Gen.G. They don't get ahead of themselves. They don't overcommit towards a bomb site that maybe wouldn't have gone their way. And they use all that time that was left on the clock to their advantage.
And the reason that's such a good call is because, you know, on this A site, we often see those smokes go down for the T side, and then, if you know, the CTs will full rotate, and that will get drawn out for about a minute. You know, that whole engagement from making contact on ramp to planting and getting a retake or a round win if you're T-sided, you know, that'll take about a minute. So, you know FURIA are fully stacked on the site. You're pretty sure of it. Daps could have flanked and said, guys, stay A, I'm going to come in on the back line, but that's definitely the safer play of the 2, right? If FURIA ever lurk and kill you, well, then they just know where you're going, right? So, good call from Gen.G, 9-9. Throwing Spanner in the works. He's going to try and fight on the ramp. He was killed early last time, but this time he has support from Yuri, and Gen.G aren't running the gauntlet. They're taking their sweet time. Flash up. Som has a gap, but it's actually been tapped from above. It gets 1. Trade is imminent. Som does get flashed forward. He won't rush to get into position. He knows there was still an aggressive player in the form of Yuri, but he has since fallen back and gone back towards short side with his teammate. Hello.
Oh, Yuri put up on this boost. Someone's got to check it for Gen.G. And Som will, but it's as the rest of the gang are lining up utility, so that trade can't come through. Usually, one of the things that's so risky about doing that boost is even if you get a kill, right, the amount of spam that starts to come through the moment they learn you're there, it's very easy to lose a player in that fashion, but not able to do that on the Gen.G side because they get caught lining utility up, and this round might just fall apart on the back of it. Yuri's even pushing short side. He's got automatic in the bag, and this leaves Kusta on a mid lurk. He's shortly put in the ground as well. So FURIA are going to keep this one going in their favor. A 10th round on the board. No money. Well, sorry, I just said completely the wrong thing. There is money for Gen.G, you know, kind of the same. It had the word money in it, but very different context. There is still an investment coming in for this Gen.G side, but as I was going to say, this money is now at breaking point. And so this is where FURIA can really look to slingshot themselves ahead towards the end of this map and look to take us to Inferno.
Do Gen.G have any answers for that? We'll have to wait and see. The Molotov in mid from FURIA keeps Gen.G out of even standard positioning to start the round. Fighting back on ramp is Daps and Bentet, just trying to keep CTs here to at least free up some room for these players to move in middle. They're going to boost for this scaffolding position, but you can see Vinny is being very careful, very, very cautious, playing a pixel gap angle, not risking this fight. And of course, I imagine the second Vinny sees someone, he takes a shot and then falls off into B and just watches scaffolding. So it's a double setup for FURIA. He doesn't need to worry about it. Henny's there ready to swing if needed. But right now, Gen.G aren't exactly putting pressure on. They are just waiting. They are just lining up the util. That's the elevator-sided smoke. Vinny drops his Molotov. Gen.G going to try and move through it. Their smoke's actually landed on top of it as well. So CSGO the first kill down on B. The hunt is in. Vinny's dropped off like expected. He's found a kill and fallen safely into the site. This is a good setup from FURIA. Everywhere Gen.G go, they're walking into 2 players. Apart from this ramp position, but the AWP is eventually dropped. The mid lurk's dead, and now it's down to Kusta and Daps to make this one happen.
Yeah, not an impossible round, though. They do get into this site, but getting this bomb down is a bit of a tenuous subject. Daps has really got to have the back of Kusta, and he does fall short. The repeaks are thick and fast in response from FURIA. And now Gen.G with no bomb plant, no money, just going to have to be pistols here up against the 11 rounds going the way of FURIA. A 12th more than likely on the horizon here for the Brazilian squad. Really starting to come into their own over on this CT side, and Gen.G have been brought to a bit of a screaming halt at this point. That lead that they once had, you know, you think about the fact that this game was once 5-1 in favor of Gen.G. Things were really looking good at the start of this for the Gen.G crew. FURIA, they've resurged in a very, very big way.
I'm also impressed that that grenade lands that cone back upright onto the ramp of B, I've got to say.
Cone flip.
I've seen some cone flips, I've seen some water bottle flips, but never inside of CSGO, and never together.
Oh, the old boost. CSGO isn't falling for that one. Even spams just in case there's a second man there. There was about to be. Gen.G instead just want to run the gauntlet, and well, it's never easy. It's never fun.
Getting it over at that point, the formality is there. The element of surprise isn't. And we have a 12th on the board for FURIA. They bounced back. Harry was right. It was Gen.G that led us to begin with, and now, well, certainly the other way around for the Brazilian side.
Well, here it is, another rifle round with the AWP as well, something we've yet to see for Gen.G, so things can change here. There's no AWP for FURIA. Som's running up towards A early. He will be abusing his spawn, but Molotovs will keep him cautious for now. Art tag, but he is hanging around on the ramp side of things, pushed up, as he often is with this front side smoke. He wants to fight with it. There's a big gap in that. I don't know if he realizes he's got to be very careful. They can walk up close to him, but that grenade does good damage. Softens up some of these Ts. They might throw in this boost as well. This is a perfect time to do it, but looking back towards short side instead. Gen.G are here, and they're being loud about it.
Use the Molotov off to force back some of this pressure on the scaffold side and maybe give them at least a fight or at least a member of FURIA to face. Yeah. Ooh, there you have it. Sam, a pretty sweet shot onto Art.
But look at the setup, right? This is the round that the Daps went back in because, you know, okay, there is still a B player in this case, but FURIA have 3 players inside of A, pushing and fighting, really wanting to take a battle against Gen.G, but Gen.G just aren't giving up anything. They're just holding for over-aggression. When and who will that over-aggression come from is the question. Yuri's holding, Som goes into it. Oh, one by one they go, and Kusta's eventually going to trade, but it comes at a cost, and there's another man here they might not expect. Kusta has the bomb in his hand, and now the bomb on the ground. Henny looking for more, traded by Bentet. CSGO tagged through a smoke. Bentet hasn't heard it. He should have heard it, and he's looking back for it. He does do the damage, down to 10, but it's still around for Gen.G.
Speaking of things that might sound alarming, Cloud9 are about to win the series potentially here over Liquid. 15-13 in our 3rd, 4th place decider.
Dear, oh dear.
Good riddance, Liquid.
Not over yet, Trace. Not over yet.
You're right, it's not. But
full money.
With Cloud9 having picked up the round prior, let's see what they've got to offer here. The trades are coming through.
Let's cast 2 games at once.
I mean, we could do that. We could just sit here and take it into.
It's on a pause, luckily, our matchup.
In that case, yeah, take it away.
But this is actually a big round, yeah. Leech coming in for a retake here. There's no X-ray, but we're going to figure it out. Towards the sandbags, and Orb gets a kill. It's going to be OC and Twist now alone. A 1v3. Bomb planted, and Orb still up in the post plant. Good luck. There are tagged players, but this is not going to be an easy one. First contact found, but the repeats in, and that's Cloud9. They're doing it. 16-13. They come 3rd place in the road to Rio, above Team Liquid.
Boy. Liquid are going to be scratching their heads after that one. Perhaps a little bit of a North American malding, good old-fashioned malding in sight tonight.
Malding in NA, we'll have to see.
I'd rather, I guess, it is what it is.
Let's see what Vinny can get done from this position. Falling off of that contact, and he has some off this pixel. Oh, they're ready for it. That's a great shot, though, but Tet dead immediately. No chance to respond. Henny also with the AWP finds another. So 5 on 3, blink and you miss it. Gen.G have got to fight up against everything here for FURIA. Daps has taken the A site. How's this happen? How's he swapped positions with the players that are pushed down? Daps killing the players in the back line. He's got Yuri looking the wrong way, but now the AWP's trained on him, and Art's still pushed down on ramp. This is a mess. This is calamity, and Art might be able to close this round right here, right now. Trying to drop the bomb. He's got to fight. He's done damage. Automatics gone, dead in the water, and Daps, oh dear, it's a conga line of death on the other side. He is going to walk right into it. This is such a weird game. This is, I'm not sure how Daps finds that timing. He must have walked up ramp when Art walked down short.
Yeah, disaster strikes, and it comes from Art once again with his aggression. There was definitely, you know, like a way in which that could have gone in favor of Gen.G, but it very much relied on Art getting dealt with by Buntet on that first peek into ramp, and that kill just doesn't materialize. The whole round falls apart on the back of it. And a 3rd map of Inferno looking more likely than ever here. FURIA really stepping it up on Vertigo, bringing the heat. This is an anti-eco round for them, and one that they're looking to put to bed pretty quickly. Already sitting a man up. The firepower in their favor, the manpower now as well. Not really much of a chance for Gen.G in this round, but can they surprise us?
Probably not. Not with pistols. Let's be realistic, not optimistic.
All right, fine. You got me.
Kusta's full of grenades. That's something in this round. But that's probably the only thing. And he's dropped a man in middle. It's down to the Amen.
And the aiming of the Amen.
Nice.
Perhaps we just say Amen.
The G team.
Speaking of G's, shout out to all the mothers out there on this Mother's Day in America. North America even. I'm not even sure what all countries that encompasses, but the original G's. Henny got AWP for you guys, and Yuri's gonna mop the rest of this round up with pretty relative ease. And we're gonna see 14 for FURIA. They might be pushing us to that 3rd of Inferno. But here we go. We got a buy and a timeout coming in for Gen.G. What's gonna be cooking up in the Gen.G kitchen?
Yeah, I would kind of love to see them try like a similar thing to what FURIA did with it, where, you know, you do just fake this this map out and kind of like play with the information you give the way of FURIA, right? I think Gen.G, they've had some decent times over towards the B bomb site. And I think, you know, if you play around with the fact that FURIA are going to be very, very antsy about this A site, obviously you're going to have to show some presence over at ramp early on, right? That's one thing that I think you have to give credit to Art on, is that he's very methodical in clearing this side of the map every round. You know, he's going to be going back towards ramp. He's going to be getting the information if you aren't there. So you will need to show a bit of a hand there in the beginning of things, and then maybe look to switch things up and come in with a bit of a fake.
Yeah, that one really nice round Gen.G had was the one where Daps rotated all the way around. I'd love to see something like that in the mid round for Gen.G. Just leaving A after you force the full rotate. Not enough teams do that in this game. Art is really blinded, but he's got his support in the form of Yuri getting a kill from above. Daps trades, but he is gone straight after. Henny with the AWP. It's a triple setup on this A site. And left, right, good night. Gen.G in a 2-on-4. And Yuri using the spot against them as well. Gen.G made a lot of rounds happen with this position. Yuri wants to do it as well. 28 kills to his name. This guy is absolutely owning on Gen.G right now. And they've just got to go back. What else do they have? Kusta's up on B, but this time Keisarato's actually there. He's not left his sight open. Kusta's going to try and win the fight, and he falls, leaving Automatic in the clutch.
And this is denied map point in the way of FURIA. I'm not going to come through. Henny with a nice little deeg shot over the top of Sandbag solidifies map point for FURIA. Now just 1 round away from locking in at this Inferno map as our 3rd and final decider. And this is kind of what we expected in this series. FURIA certainly delivering in the latter stages of this game. This CT side has been damn near flawless from them. 2 rounds is all that Gen.G have been able to muster since moving into the T half of play. And this investment to try and keep the dream alive is really not what you'd want. They're going to try a B play, and they do get some results on the back of it. Som getting out through mid in the meantime does get cut down by Henny on this rotation, but the B site belongs to Gen.G. All going to culminate in a retake over here. One plant found, and a long flank getting attempted from Art, but he's being very sneaky on this approach, and this is going to take him a while to get into position. He's got a lot of angles that he's got to clear out first. So this is really going to suck any momentum out of this retake for FURIA. Going to be a slow builder and then very explosive towards the end of this round as they try and get back into this site, and boy, they do. Fury in with the opener. Automatic does remove one, and Buntet, his attention gets peeled away from the ramp just for a moment. That's when Art tries to move in, but with no kills getting offered up, he knows all he can do is save. 11 on the board for Gen.G. A B-site play does yield them the results they were hoping for.
Yeah, FURIA weren't getting any fights towards CT or scaffolding, so they assumed that, or I at least think Art assumed that Gen.G must have been fighting towards the B ramp side of things. That wasn't the case, and Art's trying to come in as the last man, but right as Buntet, who is on that position, you know, hears the footsteps, he just tucks really safely, and Gen.G play a 2-on-1 and just don't give it away to Art. He's not gifted a kill, and the time is too low. Has to save his gun. 29 on Yuri, 27 on Henny. These guys have been tanks for FURIA, looking to take it over the line. Gen.G have 4 more opportunities to, or 4 more rounds to find, rather. They mess up any of them, and we're going to a 3rd. No room for error here, and Yuri, well, he's not got room to stand tall because Daps has spammed the smoke, and Art has gotten aggressive, not to the best of his ability, though, but Tet finds him. Another 5-on-3 here for Gen.G. Early kills towards the A side of things. FURIA still have 2 orbs, though.
Yeah, this, you know, every round going forward, it's Gen.G that have their backs against the wall. At least they've made it easier on themselves in this round by eliminating 2 players of FURIA.
Yeah, Kusta's been waiting down here at B this whole time, so I think the game plan for Gen.G is to come back towards this side of the map. Or at the very, very least, have that as an option, right? If Kusta goes running in and uncovers that there are 2 players here for FURIA, I imagine Gen.G just go back to A. He only ever sees 1, though. And so that's going to spur Gen.G on. FURIA, they're 1 step ahead. They've seen this from Gen.G before, so they're already here at the B bomb site. But Som and Keisarato is so close to one another. Keisarato darts through the smoke. Good for the no-scope. Henny dropping another. Oh, nearly as well off the back of the B-hop, but not quite. 12 on the board now for Gen.G.
Okay.
And the money for FURIA has been broken down, so a 13th could be loaded in the chamber here for the Gen.G squad.
Oh, dear.
FURIA gonna attempt the force buy. Art's gone for an AWP. He had a bit more money, so he can bring that out. The rest of the guys gonna keep this money in the bank account so they can invest in the future.
See, for sure, they can win this round, but I always wonder why teams do this when you can just hold, you can buy a pistol armor, you can hold off the AWP for your next rifle round, because now they're not gonna have an AWP when they buy after this round, and Art's gonna be on a pistol. Now, let's see if he makes it worth it, right? If he gets 2-3 kills here, he can win this round off for FURIA, and they've already traded 1-for-1 with low health on Daps, so the value is there. The value is the potential of winning the round, but it feels like more often than not, you're not going to win a round with an AWP and 4 pistols. Art, though, he feels like maybe he can take matters into his own hands, but if he pushes, Kusta is in the offest of angles. He should have this kill. Art's checking it. Oh my, Art is ready for any position. Doesn't matter where you sit, where you stand. You cannot escape him. Art's gone back towards B. That's where the execute is. Don't tell me this solo AWP is going to win the round and the map for FURIA. There's an AWP posted. Art avoids it. Vinny takes a bullet. And oh dear, Daps is low as well. He's been finished off. There's a winnable round in the hands of FURIA. Deagles can provide safety here. And Art's got another kill. He's on 4. The hero AWP and Bentet in a 1-on-2 to save the day, to keep this one going for Gen.G. It's not happening. Art's found the AWP ace. He is on his own, and he's made it happen here for FURIA. That is why you buy the AWP on an eco.
Good riddance. Gen.G falter. They fumble the map pick of FURIA. It's Vertigo. They go the way of the Brazilians, 16-12. We go to a break. We come back. We break it all down. And we do it all over again, finding out who wins this ESL 1 Road to Rio North American side on Inferno. We will be right back in just a few moments.